Time for communicators. It's time for communicators. It's time to communicate. Yes, it is Jackson 360 and it's time to communicate. You already know it's your presentation platform partner and we're going international with the communication. Let's get into it. So today I want to talk about something that I talk about a lot, but it just seems like people don't get it. And that is the number one thing that's important to every person who wants to acquire wealth, and that is time. When you give your presentations, how do you stay on time? When you're speaking, how do you honor time? How do you respect time? Time is everything. I don't care if you got a radio show. I don't care if you, whatever platform you have, everybody only has 24 hours of the day. And the question is how you use it. And people only are going to pay attention and be in tune for so long. But most speakers do not know how to use. They go over their time. They talk and they go on and on. So I want to just share some things. We're going to just chop it up a little bit, specifically about how can you stay on time, avoid your audience either tapping out or just getting up and leaving altogether, because that's not what you want. That's not what you want. So we're going to share about I'll give you about three tips. I might throw in a bonus one. So we're gonna be real quick. So my question is, I know you have experienced this, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Have you ever been at a presentation and you heard a speaker who was good? They were saying good stuff, but you were just like, my gosh, this thing is going on. When is it gonna stop? I got things to do, right? And you found yourself just leaving before they wrapped up. Well, you don't want to be that person, right? No matter how good you are, people will get up and go, regardless if you're not respecting time. So here's some things that we can do to stay on time. And I've been guilty of going over time myself. So first and foremost is knowing what the time. You have to set a timeline first. Either set one or know what it is. So if someone invites you out, that's the number one question. How much time do I have to speak? They may tell you it's a 30-minute interview. Let me tell you, whatever time they tell you, if they say 30 minutes, if they say 10 minutes, always want to prepare to be in and out there before. Whatever the time is, always prepare to be early. If they say we're going to give you 10 minutes to speak, prepare your speech for 5 minutes. And you do that because you never know if people are going to start laughing. People might ask you questions, or the time you may not have the amount of time that you thought you had. So always prepare to get in and get out earlier than what the time you're given. Don't do the opposite. Don't, if they tell you 10 minutes, don't think you got 15 minutes to go. You don't, right? Always prepare. If you got a 7-minute speech to write, write a 5-minute speech, deliver it in 6 minutes. So know what your time is. Always ask that. Also, it's very important too that you even dictate to people what type of time. Like, say for instance, you interacting, you got people asking you questions. You need to let people know, hey, y'all need to be quick with your questions. Let's keep it moving. Have your questions prepared. Let's be prompt. And then let's start the meeting on time. That's all very important. Okay, but let's get directly into the point. So one is knowing what your time is and making sure that you start on time. That's very, very important, okay? Because you don't want people walking out. You don't want people getting nervous thinking about their next appointments. You don't want people to wish that you was just wrapping up. You don't want people just to stop listening to you altogether, right? And you don't want to start trying to speak fast. So start early. Know what your time is and stick to it. All right, so once you know what your time is, you the speaker, the organizer, everybody, your time, make sure you verify with people before the event. Hey, I got 5 minutes, right? Or I got 10 minutes, right? Make sure you verify so you know exactly what you're working with. And carry your watch too, or a stoplight or something. Not a stoplight, but a stopwatch, something, an alarm on your phone. Or have somebody in a crowd who's giving you signals to say, hey, you got 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left, 1 minute left. So that way you are on point. Okay, stay on point. So that's the first thing, is know what your time is and stay on point with it, right? Second, this is very important that you want to be able to edit your content. Now, I talked about when you have a 10-minute speech or 10 minutes to talk, you only want to give maybe 5 or 6 minutes. So you want to edit different versions of that. So make sure you know what is the main thing you want people to know, because you may not have the ability to give your whole presentation. That is a big mistake speakers make. They want to get their whole presentation out. Let's say you only got 5 minutes left. Well, my presentation is going to take 15 more minutes. Can I have another 15 minutes? No, you don't want to do that. You need to edit your presentation. You have to know, if I only, what is my ultimate conclusion? Because if you need to wrap that thing up, you need to go, all right, let me go straight to my conclusion. What's the main point? Because to be honest with you, most people are only going to remember one main point every 10 minutes anyway. And so my whole point that I want for you to remember this over the next 10 minutes is to make sure that you utilizing your time wisely. That's the main thing. Utilizing that time wisely. And so have one main point that you want to give every 10 minutes, and you can deliver it, break it down, maybe one point, every 10 minutes, but then you give some supporting points, a couple supporting stories to help you illustrate whatever that point is. Even with your questions and answers, be on point for that. Remember, you may have what is the allotted time for questions and answers, right? You need to make sure you have time for that. People might go long. You might need to tell the people that's asking questions, say, I need you guys to be fast so we can wrap up. There's going to be an activity. If you're going to have an activity, or are there going to be breaks? Remember, people may want to eat. They might need time for all of that stuff. So, take time to prepare yourself. Okay. Remember, and I don't know if you're a speaker, if you do workshops, seminars, but all of these events have different time slots. So if you're doing a seminar, which is usually short, an hour, 2 hours long, don't go in there acting like it's a workshop, trying to give people all this information. You don't do a workshop, and it's like doing 55 miles per hour in a 25-mile lane in the school zone. You're going too fast in the slow lane. You don't want to go too slow in the fast lane, vice versa. So know your lanes, okay? Know the speed limit. Now, some other things you could do is just rehearse, man. Rehearse, practice your presentation. And when I say rehearse, I'm talking about actually go through it. Don't go into this trap thinking that you just gotta speak in front of the mirror. No, go in front of a real crowd, do a test crowd, and deliver your speech. Get real reactions. Record yourself on video and then time it, and then watch the video and see if it seems too long. See what it feels like. You got to pace yourself. Okay. See what your pace is. When you do it while you're standing, do it moving around. You have to rehearse it and make it as real as possible, because every second matters. When you taking breaks, when you pausing, when people laughing, all of that go towards your time. That's why I said, if you got 10 minutes, you're only going to prepare a 5 to 6 minute presentation, because you still have time for people to ask questions, laugh, for you to take breaks, drink water. All of that stuff is important. Okay, so make it real. All right, do a dress rehearsal if you have to. This is very important. Think about it. When you have all these superstars and they performing on a Beyonce, Michael Jackson level, and they do several dress rehearsals. So do that. Third point I will say is make sure, again, start and end on time. That should be the most important thing. If that's your goal and you did that, let me tell you something. People will respect you more based on if you started on time and end on time, like your schedule said. They're going to respect that more than even some of the content you give. Don't get me wrong. Some people may beg and want you to keep talking, but only keep going if people are really begging for it. Make them beg you for it. If they're not begging you for it, don't go over. People will respect you more, because then they will say, I like the fact that you were so on point and you was professional. You got in and got out like you said, because it's so rare when people see that. When they see it, they want to be a part of that. People lack structure in their life. So if you can show that and show that discipline and communicate that, oh man, people love it. People love it. So, those are the 3 points I want to give you. Last thing, I'm gonna give you a bonus point. Here's a bonus point. Is what you can do is when you write down an agenda. So that way, and you time it out. And you time out on your agenda, on your sheet of paper, and you can say, all right, okay, I got 30 minutes to speak. So you can say at 12 o'clock, I'm going to start the presentation. Boom. My intro, write a note. Then by 12:05, I want to introduce whatever my case study or my dissertation, right? Boom, 12:05. By 12:15, now I want to introduce to you another story about a testimony. I'm gonna bring somebody up to give a testimony at 12:15, right? Write that down and make sure it says 12:15. By 12:25, I'm going to do my final demonstration and then do questions and answers. And then I'm gonna have 2 more minutes left to conclude by 12:28, and then I'm done at 12:29 or 12:30, whatever, but be early. Okay, be early and have it written down. So block it out, check the clock, and rehearse it at with that time, because you'll be on point. Trust me, more people gonna want to book you. People gonna want to really rock with you if you can do that. It's gonna be easy if you have extra time. Let's say you still got 20 minutes left and they say, can you keep talking? That's up to you. If you decide to keep talking, you can. Maybe you might want people to pay you more, right? Maybe if they didn't pay you for that time, you may not want to do it. But if you just have the time and you want to give the time, that shouldn't be that difficult. That's when you can do questions and answers. That's when you could just start talking with the crowd, make it more conversational, get people's feedback if you need to. Or you can go deep into maybe your presentation a little bit more. But main thing is to be on time, because this is what we do. Because remember, it's time to communicate. So we have to be the leaders. You are the leaders that the leaders look up to. Remember that. So stay on time. Let's do your thing. If you want to do more to impact your message, and you want to gain more, do more, be more, get recognized more, help people more, make sure you subscribe to this page. Make sure you click on the notifications. Remember, I am Jackson 360. Yes, I'm your platform presentation partner. Yes, I am here to help you. I'm here to help. And make sure you click on the links below. We have our classes, we have our programs. We show you how to master the platform. We show you how to turn your mess into a message and massage the world with it and be more impactful when you're on stage. So we want for you to be a courageous communicator who creates impact, okay? And a creative communicator. We want you to do that. So with that, thank y'all for tuning in. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next videos, and we're gonna go and grow from there. Make sure you check out all of the merchandise that we have available, as well as the class and all of the other products available. Check that out, and the links in the descriptions below. Yes, Dr. Jackson 360 International. Peace.